So, today we're going to take a quick look at a few things that have currently gone on, and some of them are good, some of them are a bit like, well, we kind of knew this was going to happen. So the first thing I want to talk about is that VM has actually requested a time extension. So we're going to take a quick look at that, and this is what we got. VM requested the court grant an extension of the time to file his cross-appellee's brief to May 20th, 2020. This is cross-appellee's first request for an extension of time to file his brief. Factual procedural background. Cross-appellants filed their brief on March 31st, 2020. The current deadline for cross-appellee to file his brief is April 20th, 2020. Argument and authorities. The Court of Appeals may extend the time filing for a brief and inquire whether there is reasonable explanation for the requested extension. Here, cross-appellee's counsel have been impacted by the current crisis in that they have been forced to work remotely and with reduced staff. Despite these challenges, cross-appellee's counsel has been diligently working to review cross-appellant's brief, the voluminous record, and research necessary case law in order to properly respond while also attending to multiple other matters. Cross-appellee's counsel seek an additional 30 days to complete and file the brief and therefore request an extension of the filing deadline to May 20th, 2020. Cross-appellants do not oppose this motion. Accordingly, cross-appellee respectfully requests that the Court of Appeals grant this motion order that cross-appellee's brief is due 20th of May 2020 and grant him such other and further relief to which he is justly or equitably entitled. That's actually a very interesting thing because obviously, with the current state of the world and what's going on at this moment in time, a lot of people are either working remotely from home or they're not even working. And obviously, we've seen certain things, I'm not going to say anything bad about people with this sort of thing happening in the world, but obviously we saw Greg Douche, so I just can't say it, and he's had to close down his practice because of this. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on, and when people go out of business, it's like, that is kind of a sucky thing, because even though they may have done a lot of bad things towards people, with this thing going on in the world, no one deserves to lose a business sort of thing and everything else. Again, people will be saying, well, he got rid of VM or whatever. It wasn't him. He just got online and he just started twisting and stirring everything. But when this kind of thing happens, it can be hard. Like in my town at the moment, there's normally quite a few shops, restaurants, cafes, all that sort of thing. And obviously with all of this now, because they're not conglomerates, they're not like Starbucks and all this kind of stuff, they've all had to shut down and they've lost thousands and thousands of dollars. They've lost their livelihood because of this. So with this, I could see why they would be like, right, obviously during this we can't do this, we got to reduce staff. Again, Toye and all them, they've probably had to furlough quite a few people. It's when you see big companies who have got rid of staff because it's like, well, we need to save money, so bye-bye. So we got that one there, but having it actually extend for another month is actually really good. Because the way I look at it is, everyone saw the document that Monica and Toye put out there. And that it's literally just a hit piece. Again, that's all they seem to be doing, is just literally doing hit pieces on VM, and that's it. Obviously, we've seen Ron try to bring in Chuck Huber and everyone else on Ronversations with Nick Recader, which again, he shouldn't even be doing that, because I'm pretty sure his lawyers are probably like, Ron, shut the fuck up, but we know what he's like. And that's what we're going to get into now, because what we're going to take a look at is something that I've been saying for a long, long time. Oh, it's looking rather dark, actually, now. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. So, what we're going to take a look at is something that it's been going on for a while, and I've said it quite a lot, and I've actually said that this would happen when I actually done a video regarding Ron and the tweets he was sending, where people were like, oh, he's admitted. This now is perfect. I said that about a week or two ago, and we're going to read this. So this comes from the Farms. I'm a therapist, and my best assessment is he has antisocial personality disorder, with more diagnostic features leaning towards sociopathy, which is what I said, rather than psychopathy. He is not cool and calculated like someone with psychopathy. He gets nervous and will become angry or agitated easily, like I said. This presents with volatility and fits of rage. criminal behaviour or in context, the stuff he's done so far from day zero to now, is really to never methodically, but disorganised, haphazard and spontaneous. He absolutely fears loss of control, which is what I said again, because about controlling people and the urge that he needs to. This is clear from the conversations, as he freaks out and lashes out at Nick when he is feeling his control of the situation slipping, and will try to cause Nick to get upset by his parroted lines and repeated lies. Again, like I said, in his mind he continues to reinforce his perception he has deluded himself to believe each time he tells a lie. Even when he is challenged with contradictory evidence, he contorts himself to fit within his lie. Even if VM wins completely, Ron will never admit he is wrong. That one there is exactly what I said, because he's the kind of guy he'll never ever say, oh yeah, I made a mistake. It's not in his nature. He will not do that. And again, in the video a couple of weeks ago, I said all of that, and that is very true, because anything this person is saying is completely correct. Ron will not do anything like that. He will not say sorry for whatever. He will not even correct his own mistake, because that way then he fears he has lost control of that person. The way he minimises his history of emotional and physical, claiming he is reformed, but anyone who has ever had to go through DV batterer's intervention knows you never try to minimise like that. You accept full responsibility for your actions. This and some other evidence I've seen, like the recent live stream of him and Monica, which, that live stream. There's something completely wrong with that man. Literally, he just has to get in. I said it on Twitter, a bunch of us were talking about it. And we're all like, he just has to get his head in the camera frame. He's like, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, I'm the man blaster or whatever. Dude's got issues. His multiple divorces and serial relationship issues tells me he struggles to form attachments. He likely doesn't feel emotions. His emotions he appears to display are likely him mimicking. The livestream videos where he constantly looks back to Monica is a way for him to verify he is displaying the correct emotions to match the situation. Compare this to the deposition where his anger and his desire for control rears its head with his response and snarky comments. He tried but failed miserably to control the situation. Ron, from a literal professional therapist, seek help. If you already are, either they suck, misdiagnosed you, or you didn't tell them the truth. Your behaviours are deeply concerning, and I would have valid reasons to fear for the safety of those around you. So, with all of that there, that is exactly what I've been saying regarding this guy. Ron he's scary, to be honest with you. That's the problem with him. He's very scary because he wants to be in control. He needs to be in control. And everything this guy does, he does it with... He tries to think ahead and it doesn't really work because... Take the conversations with Nick Ricciardo, the texts. He's trying to think way in advance of what he's going to say. Nick comes back with, well, yeah, okay, cheers for this. And the perfect example is when he said, obviously, he made the error of saying that we did lie. But obviously, guarantee you, 100%, he was meant to write, we didn't lie. That's what he's saying. And they believe that. Well, he believes that, obviously. And with Nick going back to him saying, oh, cheers for saying you lie, and this, that, and the other, and he just come back with a smiley face or a winky face, then that just goes to show that he will never, ever admit he was wrong. He'll never do that. He will never ever admit. Which again, kind of sucks because that's the kind of guy he is. But again, no, we all know the type of man he is. And going by what this therapist has said, again, regarding what they've done and that kind of person, I've said it for the last year. Those kind of people do not change. He can go out and say all he wants to about, oh, I'm a changed man, I'm this, I'm that. No, you're not. Ron, you are still the same old jackass and arsehole that you were. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see all you wonderful people very soon.